And we're back with another animated series X-Men review. Now, the first time I saw these busts was at Toy Fair. God, I think it was like 2019. Might have been 2018. The first one of these that kind of came out, and I thought, wow, that's kind of cool. I don't know if I wasn't that big fan of the animated series. Well, during lockdown, I actually got to watch the series, and I've really come to appreciate the storytelling and the artwork. Everything that was involved with it. I think at the time when it came out, I might have been one of those old school guys that would just been like, that's not the Marvel that I grew up with, and that's not the comic I read. And this was a new interpretation, a new take on it, and a great spin. And I think a lot of people fell in love with the X-Men in a whole new way. It wasn't for me at the time. Thankfully, thanks to Disney Plus, I was able to come around. Now, we're going to check out this new bust from Diamond Select Toys. Now, we've already done Cyclops, and I think we've already done Jean Grey. I had to double check. We've done so many of these, but we've definitely done Doc Ock from the Spider-Man series. So we're definitely getting around. Today we have Jubilee. She's a resin bust. We have number 188 of 3,000. We're going to open her up, see how she looks. She's good as the box. And if you keep your eye on our channel, we are going to be reviewing the Professor X as well. Not in this review, but in a couple, you'll see it. It'll pop up. It looks awesome, so we'll just check it out. Well, let's get her out of the box. Get her out of the box right now. So here we go. We have the Letter of Authenticity, which is just a 3x5 card, 188. Set this aside. It's really nice, too, because a lot of times here at Total Recon, we're constantly reviewing Star Wars stuff. We've done a lot of Mondo lately, too, which has been great. It's nice to actually talk about different properties and mix it up from time to time, or else it just kind of gets stale. So we're going to leave our bookend cut of the styrofoam here. It's very light. I thought it'd feel heavier. So open it up, and I like to call what I call the bookend so you can move it. Keep your styrofoam. I say this every time. I hope you listen. Keep your styrofoam. Keep your boxes. It's a perfect thing to do if you're going to shuffle through these. If you have enough of these, there's only so much space that you can put out. So much space that you can put out all of these statues and busts and mix it up from time to time. I have a seasonal switch. Every so often, we take the one off the mantle, we put a different one on. We've got a couple that are permanently on display, but many of them get recycled into the boxes, back down and again. It's also nice to see it. You forget what you have after a while. It's a big problem with toy collectors or collectors of items such as this from Diamond, is that you forget what you have, and it's good to refresh the collection from time to time. Wow. Okay. All right, so this is a resin bust. She is a little heavier than I indicated. The box is very light. Here we go. We're reaffirming we have 188 and some styrofoam. But what I'm really loving, what really grabs my attention immediately, is the gray in her hair. And not that she was an old character. Jubilee was a very young character on the show, but just the highlights, the difference that when you're looking at it, it's shadowing. I mean, this was a two-dimensional character, an animated cell, and they have literally brought her to life. Really just fantastic. The light here that catches from these is really fantastic. But then we have the subtle orange here with the yellow coat, and we have the shadowing. It's really well done. The pink here, the blue is such a contrast to this darker blue over here, and then the bust itself, fantastic. I mean, manufactured by Diamond Select Toys, it says here on the bottom. But this is a high-quality item that you can get the Jubilee for $90, all right? You can get her for $90. And shop online, look around, see who's got free shipping. Definitely patronize your local comic book store. The glasses are great. And I was trying to think in my time, like, do you actually ever see her really wear the glasses, or they just always used to hold up her hair? I think they're always just used up to hold up her hair. And that's one bad part about binging it through the pandemic during lockdown, is that I didn't grow up watching them over and over again and just, kind of feel like, oh, this is this episode. It's this episode. It's the problem with binging. You're never really a true fan because you didn't grow up watching reruns, or you didn't get stuck watching reruns. And such great details in the eyes and on the nose and on the chin here. Really, really great stuff. Fantastic sculpt and design. Colors pop. Really hoping to add Wolverine. I think they've done Wolverine, but I have to double check. I don't think they have. I'm really hoping to add the animated Wolverine to the line. These busts are great. I could use not so much an X on the bottom, but maybe an X here. I think that would be, I mean, the style and the color all fits, but I think an X would be fairly obvious, but yet I feel like it's essential. If you look at her, I think most people would say, who is that from the Batman animated series, which is, very much out at the same time. But I think the X would really solidify who this character is, because she is in one of the movies, but not really as well known as a lot of the other characters in the X-Men series. This is Bob from Total Toy Recon. Highly suggesting patronizing your local comic book store, picking one of these up. I mean, in my thought, I just go to the comic book store, it would be there. You wouldn't even have to order it. It's just, this is something at a comic book store is supposed to carry. Have a good night.